Every summer, pig farmers face a frustrating reality. Heat stress causes carcass weights to drop by 8 to 10 pounds precisely when market prices peak. But what if you could capture those lost pounds and profits they represent? Welcome to Feedstuffs in Focus, our podcast taking a look at the big issues affecting the livestock, poultry, grain, and animal feed industries. I'm your host, Sarah Muirhead. This episode of Feedstuffs in Focus is sponsored by United Animal Health, a leader in animal health and nutrition. You can learn more about United Animal Health and how they're working to advance animal science worldwide by visiting their website at unitedanh.com. Joining us to reveal game-changing strategies to combat the summer weight dip through strategic soybean meal utilization are Dr. David Rosero of Iowa State University and Dr. Bart Borg of Passel Farms. So Bart, let's start with you. To what extent does summer heat impact carcass weight?
Well, the best way to answer is a couple of pivotal studies that Dr. Rosero was involved with while he was with Hanor and large-scale evaluations in which about 8 to 10 pounds of body weight difference occurred during the summer. And so summer dip is going to happen if we have warmer weather more times than not, and again, it can be significant in the weight loss.
We talk about this summer dip. Is it year in and year out, or is it really when we have these very extreme heat conditions?
Yeah, and I would say probably rather than extreme. I mean, if you were in Iowa last year, you'll remember it was kind of extreme cool, and another trial that the Soy Board had sponsored, it was a large-scale field trial, was conducted last summer. And although the trends for improved daily gain and other parameters were there, all the indicators were there, the impact was less because of the temperature of the summer we had last year. So more times than not, we're going to have a warmer summer and experience that weight dip, but there can be situations where we have abnormal cooler weather and then the impact is less.
So talk to us about the economic implications when we do have that warmer weather. What does that mean for producers from a bottom line standpoint?
Yep. It can be, and this year is relatively large. Depends on soybean meal cost, corn cost, other ingredient costs, and very specifically what is the market that we're selling into. And this year we're selling into a profitable $+ market in July and August, and so with soybean meal at $275 a ton today, selling into a $1 market is $3 to $4 a head advantage to minimize that dip.
That could be significant, yeah. So David, how can the decline in carcass weights during the summer, how can it be minimized through the use of soybean meal and grow-finished diets?
Thank you. So I guess one key role of a nutritionist, and I'm going to I'm going to wear my production nutritionist hat today at my time at Hanor. One of the key roles was to understand the ingredient impact on the growth performance of pigs. And so that's the way we started to understand what is the minimum value, what is the minimum level of soybean meal that I need to feed phase by phase during the growth period of my pigs, so that I can maximize the gain potential of my pigs. So that's one of the learnings. I think Dr. Bart mentioned a few of the recent studies. We are learning about more evidence on the value of soybean meal in relation to not only growth potential, but also feed efficiency of my pigs. That's what we did early on, and then assemble a soybean meal curve, which is a minimum level, phase by phase, that pigs have to be fed to achieve a maximum growth.
So then how should producers and nutritionists really design their feeding programs for grow-finished pigs that are going to be sold during the summer months?
So I will speak about a key couple of principles that we learned. One, I just spoke about the minimum level of soybean meal phase by phase. The other principle was to learn about other ingredients as well. And this, I will use the example of corn DDGs. That can be true for other ingredients like corn germ or wheat meats that have a higher level of fiber. What we learned about DDGs is as we increase the level of DDGs into the diet, we saw a negative response on feed intake. And that negative response on feed intake had as an outcome a reduced body weight for pigs, reduced carcass weight gain, which is what I don't desire during summer months. So I think that's another piece of the strategy. Learn about your ingredients, and if the response is opposite to what you expect, maybe there's better times to use those.
So then when should these summer feeding programs begin? Is there like an ideal time, or does it depend on temperature? What do you look at, and how do you gauge that?
Yeah, so it's hard, very difficult to anticipate, right? We're selling pigs, expecting to sell these pigs with higher prices in May, June, July time. And by the time I start feeding those pigs is early February, March time. So the decision have to occur very early. I don't know if it's going to be mild, but I know there's going to be a certain level of heat stress on my pigs. So that's where what Dr. Borg was describing came into play, these understanding prices in the future, not only for my commodities, but also for my pigs. And then that has to occur about December, January time. I need to start feeding my pigs on February for those that are going to hit the market on the summer months, right? And if I want to capture that extra revenue.
Any economic tools that producers and nutritionists can use, to help them through this process?
Unfortunately, no for everybody. I think some of the companies will have internal tools. We had our model into an Excel tool, but that was only internally. And so I guess we're very excited now to discuss an exciting tool. We're working together with Dr. Bart Borg and soybean Borg into assembling a tool that's really needed for nutritionists, in which you have three aspects. You have the diet costs, which we have to go and think about beyond just diet costs and integrate the second aspect, which is the animal performance. How are my pigs reacting or being impacted by the diet formulation that I put in place? And the third piece, and more importantly, is what is the financial outcome? What are my prices for that feed going to be during that time? And what is the price of the pig, more importantly, right? When I have the three pieces together, I can make a better decision on what strategy to follow.
So what key takeaways, final thoughts do you want to leave our audience with today?
First of all, summer carcass weight deep is going to happen. The degree at which it's going to happen is going to depend the temperatures pigs are going to be exposed. But I know that's happening year after year. We also learned that pig price will be highest during the summer months because the lower supply, higher demand. That I know is going to happen most of the time. So there's a big opportunity for profitability for producers. From the nutrition standpoint, I need to understand my ingredients and start with understanding the response of my pigs to the level of soybean meal I'm feeding. There might be new learnings that are happening around the value of the energy of soybean meal and maybe some immune response of pigs to higher levels of soybean meal. But if I understand the ingredient and the response in growth performance, that's what I can capture in my diet formulation. And then thinking about ingredients, some ingredients that reduce the feed intake of my pigs, those can be used in different times.
Bart, any final thoughts from you you'd like to share?
Well, first of all, I'd double down on Dr. Rosero's comment that more times than not, the summer heat is going to cause a weight dip. So plan for that. But then the importance of the calculations outside of the bounds of the feed formulation cost. And we're looking forward to introducing that tool to help producers and nutritionists to more easily calculate and maneuver that decision. So, thank you.
Very good. Dr. David Rosero of Iowa State University and Dr. Bart Borg of Passel Farms, thank you both for joining us. This episode has been sponsored by United Animal Health, a leader in animal health and nutrition. You can learn more about United Animal Health and how they're working to advance animal science worldwide by visiting their website at unitedanh.com. I'm Sarah Muirhead, and you've been listening to Feedstuffs in Focus. If you would like to hear more conversations about some of the big issues affecting the livestock, poultry, grain, and animal feed industries, subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast channel. Until next time, have a great day, and thank you for listening.